What's up, everyone? How's it going? Andrew from MMA here, and well, today we're bringing with another video. Today we're going to discuss / predict who I believe will be champions this time in a year's time, 2026. That doesn't sound real, but we have a year to think about it. So, with enough said, if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting there slowly and surely. So let's start with the flyweight division. First guy, yes, you guys know me. You guys know who I'm gonna say right away. Brandon Payson, baby, Moreno. This guy is so good, man. Y'all want to talk trash for the dumbest reasons, bro. Well, so what if he didn't defend the title one time? He won it 2 times. He just that third Figgy fight was pretty close. Let's be fair. Figgy only won because he sat him down a couple times. I believe he just damaged. I don't know. Let me stop acting salty. He's just really good, man. There's just so many good flyweights out there, dude. Like Figgy and Pantoja are some of the best ever. Like if those are the only guys, and Roy Val, but we'll see about that. Those are some of the best flyweights ever. So, well, there hasn't really been that many, but still, they're up there. I think he looked incredible in his last fight against Emil Albazi. He turned back the clock a bit, showed us that he's here to stay, and I think maybe he comes back one more time, fights against Tatsuro Taira, wins that fight, and then he goes for the belt and wins the trilogy. I think he's grown so much since obviously the last fight with Pantoja. It's been almost 2 years. It'll probably be 2 years if the fight happens. And I think that's enough time, experience, training that he needs to get good and lock in. And with that, I think he'll win and be champion by the end of the year. We'll see. He might go. So, we'll see. Then we reach to bantamweight. Umar. I think Umar, well, he's really amazing, man. These Nurmagomedov, Dagestan guys, they're really awesome, man. While in the past, you could be they're just so much of a wrestlers and that. They're evolving, bro. They're adding more to their game. I think Khabib said it best where back in the day, maybe around his time as a child, everyone wanted to be an Olympic wrestler, and that's all they did was wrestle. Maybe sambo here and there. But now that UFC is here, a lot of their guys are champions, really successful. A lot of them are no, I want to be a UFC champion. And now instead of just doing wrestling, they're doing everything. And I think we're starting to see that with guys like Islam Makhachev, Umar Nurmagomedov, and a lot of guys who are going to come up. Their striking is getting better. This guy has a really good striking. His kicks are incredible. He's probably going to beat Merab this year. And I don't see it. If Merab can't beat him, who's going to beat him, dude? Who goes bar for bar with him in the grappling? I don't think anyone does. I'll be surprised if anyone does. I think he's going to lock in, get that belt in about 2 weeks time. And he's going to defend it maybe once, maybe twice this year. And you'll probably see him as the champion early next year as well. So this was kind of a no-brainer. But he's going to be champion by this time next year. Featherweight, I got Movsar Evloev. I know he's not the most exciting fighter out there. He has a lot of stinkers. He's really easy to hate because he's beating a lot of our favorite fighters. But he's so good, man. He's so technical everywhere, dude. There's a problem with being boring is that you're just so technical. You leave no room for errors. I think excitement comes from us seeing errors and people taking advantage of them. This guy has not presented much errors, if at all. The closest fight that we've seen with him was against Aljamain Sterling, and Aljamain narrowly lost that. Maybe he would have won that, if he would have stuck to being boring. But he wanted to give us, according to him, he wanted to give us a show, so he gave up a lot of positions and stuff. It is what it is. I don't know how the featherweight title picture is gonna end up looking, but this guy is pretty undeniable for being up there. Maybe they give it to Diego Lopez, Volk first, those two, or maybe one of them for next. But this guy should be the front runner for second title shot for featherweight of this year. So I think if he manages to get the title fight, I think he wins that, and he'll probably be a champion by this year, time next year anyway. So that's for featherweight. Lightweight, this is probably the easiest shell-in. Islam Makhachev. This guy is just probably one of the best fighters we've seen ever. The easiest to predict. Dude is complete everywhere. The same thing as Umar, dude, where he's just so good at grappling, so good on the feet. that Poirier fight showed his boxing finesse. You saw the kicks with Volkanovski. This guy's incredible. It was a tough test in front of him against Arman, but he's a heavy favorite for a reason. No matter how good Arman is, people are touting Islam as that much better. And if he beats Arman, I don't think there's anyone who beats him. Yeah, we wanna see Do Bronx come back and get that belt, but in all likelihood he's not gonna get it. Who else? If Max gets the title shot, he's not getting it either. I don't know who can do it, man. If it would have to be someone up at 170, and maybe that'll be the first time we see him lose in all this time. But if he defends his belt one more time, he's now like probably the best lightweight ever, most defenses. If you move up to welterweight, he gets that belt too. He's now taking a place on the MMA Mount Rushmore. Like, this guy's insane. He's only like second to like a few people. And if he just continues to have so much success, he's undeniable, one of the best ever. Like, this guy's insane, man. I can't like say enough about him. It'd be very, 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 very hard to predict who can beat this man. Maybe Ilia Topuria, but even then, it's a big if. Welterweight, we have Jack Della Maddalena. I'm big on this guy, man. My friends know when we play UFC 5 welterweight, I always pick this guy and lose. But this guy's really, really good. His striking, his boxing is very nice. I think he's either gonna fight. Well, obviously he's already in a good spot right now. He's number 4 in the world. He's coming off that sensational win over Gilbert Burns, where he was kind of losing and then reversed it and hit him with the most incredible comeback knee of all time. Like, that's like the ideal like defense against wrestlers, but he did it and did it nicely at that. But then he hurt himself, so he was out of commission, and he's not gonna fight for like maybe a year since his last fight. But who can he come back against anyway? He can either be Usman or Leon Edwards. I think if he fights either of those guys, he knocks them out. Then he fights the winner of Bilal versus Shavkat. Preferably Shavkat. If it's Bilal, he probably knock him out even easier. Shavkat, I think he knocks him out too. And I think this time next year, like if the stars align type, I think he can be the champion. I'd love to see it. Now we reach middleweight, Hamza Chimaev. This one is another like easy one to predict, to be honest. Bro's grappling is second to none. Dude is absolutely incredible. Who do you guys think this guy beats? I mean, who do you guys think beats this guy? Because I honestly have no idea. He ran through Robert Whittaker like it was nothing, and Robert's an all-time legend. I think the only man who has a chance is DDP due to his physicality, but DDP is so untechnically sound that it's kind of like free eats for a guy like Hamza Chimaev. I think he has like the best chance of being champion for a good while there in the middleweight division. Maybe he can even move up to light heavyweight, but that's a big ask because they're really big there. But I'll be hard pickings to like pick someone else who's not him to be the champion this time. Yeah, I don't know who beats this guy or even takes the belt from him, so he should be the champion this time next year. Light heavyweight, Alex Pereira. There's only one guy who I believe can beat this man, and that's Magomed Ankalaev. He's already the champion. A lot of these guys, literally every single guy except for Islam, are going to become champion according to my predictions here. Besides Potan now. I think when Potan fights Magomed Ankalaev, it's going to be an interesting fight. A lot of people think that Magomed Ankalaev, he's probably going to be a favorite going into the fight because he's just really good striking and the wrestling is always there, which is Potan's kryptonite. But like every single opponent, Magomed Ankalaev is talking about he's going to go and strike with bro. I don't know if he's serious about it. It could be just like some type of game plan to try to get Potan to commit to a striking like camp, and then bro just comes with the wrestling. But I don't know, man. Like, Alex has that touch of death, dude. I believe like if they even engage in fireworks, I think Potan will sleep him and sleep him bad. And with that loss, I don't think Magomed is going to fight for the title ever again. Maybe when Potan retires because he is old. The only way I see that this belt not being around his waist this time next year is if Bro calls it quits. Because I think he might be turned 38 this year, which is very old, you know. But if Romero can do it at middleweight, Bro can do it at light heavyweight. This guy likes to be active, so I'll be very shocked if he doesn't defend the belt at least twice. So I think he'll beat Magomed Ankalaev, and then he'll fight the winner of Yuri versus Jamal, because who else is there really to fight outside of the top 5, you know? Maybe the winner of Jan versus Alberg. If Alberg wins, probably him, but like Jan, probably not. But I think he wins both of his fights and is champion this time next year. Last but not least, heavyweight, Tom. He's already the interim champ. Either one or two things happens. Jon retires, he becomes undisputed, or Jon fights him, and there I give Tom a 70% chance of beating him. And the only reason it's not 100% is because we gotta put respect on Jon's name. He might be a cheat, he might be a this and that, but he is one of the best fighters to ever exist, man. Like, I was watching some of his like highlights and some special stuff, man. Who knows if he's on juice or not, you know? But bro can like the drugs can win the fight for you, man. He's like really good at fighting, but I don't want to be Dana White here. But like we just gotta give respect to respect is due, you know. He's not the best of person, and maybe I'm only thinking about this because I kid you not, I had a dream yesterday where I met Jon Jones, took a picture with him. It was like kind of cool, but like that's just a dream. So, but anyways, yeah, I think he has a 70% chance of beating him. I think he will beat him, but I won't be surprised if Jon wins, you know, because they call him the GOAT for a reason. But let's say he beats him, I think he should be champion by this time next year. If he beats Jon, probably in the summertime, maybe he can return in December, fight somebody else, and he'll be a champion. And what a guy, man. Tom is the GOAT. But that's my predictions for this year. If you guys agree with my list, let me know down below. If you guys disagree, also let me know. Who do you guys think is going to be champion this time next year? But that's going to do it for me. It's been Andrew from Double MMA. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.